Hey, thank you for not believing in me. Yes, Lord. Anybody listening right now, don't never let nobody opinion of you determine yourself.
What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Lorenzo coming to you once again with another Let That Marinate podcast episode. Today is Tuesday, man. Feeling really good. Went and worked out this morning. Of course, did my morning prayer, my morning devotion, my morning affirmation. Had a meeting at work that went pretty good. So now I'm about to chill for the rest of the day. But I said, hey, why not do a podcast? And I just like to be my true authentic self, talking about, a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, from a male's perspective. And I wanted to talk about a particular topic that I feel like a lot of us, we know all too well. I know I do. I've done this before. And that's bouncing from relationship to relationship or bouncing from a situation to another situation. Um, but I just have to put it out there. This is something that I had to learn, and that's bouncing from person to person won't heal you. You are not receiving healing by bouncing from person to person. Having an emotional attachment, a physical connection, whatever, with multiple people, that is not helping you heal. What it's doing is it's exposing the underlying issues that you keep avoiding, right? Whether it's fear of being alone, whether it's your insecurities, this external validation that is so needed, whatever the case is, right? Constantly bouncing from situation to situation, though, that's it's not it's not helping. I'm just going to put it out there. It's not helping. And what it actually does when you do that, see, when you're leaving one situation and then you're going into the next right away, you're actually taking the toxicity, taking the brokenness, the unhealed hurts, the pain, whatever it is that you went through in your previous situation, you're bringing it into your new situation. And what you're essentially doing is you're actually projecting all of that onto the person that you are now involved with, right? And it's actually morphing you into the victimizer. You're now the one that's causing the pain. You're now the one that's, causing the hurt, right? Like you're actually being what hurt you. You've become what hurt you. So now you're putting all of that onto them, you know, because this may have been someone who is really into you and really does want a relationship with you. But because you wasn't straight up with him in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? You didn't want to, you know, be honest and let him know, hey, I'm just getting out of a situation. I'm not ready. I'm not in that space to where, I want to be in a relationship. You just kind of, instead of being upfront with him, you just went into it, with this notion that, you're going to be able to get over your last situation and you're going to become this better person. And it's like, no, you're not. You're not becoming a better person because you're still, you're still you still haven't dealt with what happened previously, right? Like you still haven't dealt with the internal things that you need to take care of, you know? And the thing is this, like I said, the fear of being alone, which is something that I feel a lot of us we struggle with. Um, you know, some a lot of us we bounce from situation to situation because we're trying to avoid feeling lonely, right? We're trying to avoid, you know, feeling vulnerable after a breakup. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying, and you know, and of course we're trying to prevent from being hurt again. But at the same time, it's like, if you know you're still hurting, if you know you're still in pain, then why not take the time that you need to heal from it? Why go into a new situation and bleed on somebody else that didn't cut you? Why take that chance? Why risk that? Why do that? You know, and also people who bounce from situation to situation, you know, they lack self-awareness, or they lack clarity. You know, because you know, anybody who struggles to understand their boundaries, anyone who, who struggles to understand their needs, they might find it difficult to sustain a healthy relationship. You know, that's another reason why bouncing from relationship to relationship or situation to situation doesn't help with healing. You know, and then there's this codependency of, or attachment issues, that a lot of us, we struggle with. You know, it's a pattern. It's a pattern that we have of needing that 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 external validation. Constantly seeking relationships. You know, um, you know, it's like it's like that's just your way of feeling validated. Like you just need somebody in your life to validate something about you. You know, but that's an issue. That's an issue. That's a codependency. That's an attachment. That's an unhealthy attachment when you go that route. You know what I mean? And it's and I feel like a lot of us, I don't think we realize, you know, the broken people that we're creating because we're broken. You know what I mean? Because while you're struggling with all those things, right? Now you have someone who who's about to have the same struggles as you are because of what you projected onto them, because of what you did to them, right? So now they have a jaded mindset about love and about relationships because of, the things that you caused. So it's unfair. It's unfair to that person for you to involve yourself with them, knowing that you're not healed, knowing that you're still hurt, knowing that you're still lacking in certain areas, knowing that in essence you're really not available for them emotionally. You're not. So I feel like, again, if in order to really heal and become better instead of bitter, you you know it, you need to be by yourself for a while. You know what I mean? You need to take some time to, like, really be by yourself and deal with the internal issues that you have going on. You know you're not ready. You know you're not ready. You know you're not ready for anything serious. You know you're not ready for commitment. You know you're not ready for a relationship, right? But because of your struggles with being alone, this constant need for validation, even fear of intimacy, right? Even people who bounce from situation to situation, they have a fear of intimacy, you know, because they have this fear of getting too close to someone, right? And they're because they're afraid that they could potentially get hurt, right? And again, that it's like, again, why put yourself through that? Why put yourself through that? Because if you think about it, the fear of intimacy, you know, that's where you have to tap into that vulnerable side to you, right? And a lot of us, we're not ready to do that after we've just come out of a situation. We're not ready to do that, you know. So again, man, bouncing from relationship to relationship won't heal you. The only way you're going to heal is to deal with the internal issues, deal with the hurt, deal with the pain, deal with everything that caused you to be the way that you are. Deal with that first. Deal with that first. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a friend to talk to every now and then. There's nothing wrong with, you know, kicking it every now and then, hanging out or whatever. But if you're not ready to go there, right? If you know you're not ready to really go there, and I'm talking about committing to someone. That means letting your guard down. That means opening up yourself, in an emotional way, mental way. That means letting go of the fear. That means releasing whatever it is that caused you hurt and pain in the past. In order to really go there, deal with yourself first. Don't go into a new situation dealing with a new person with the old hurts. Don't do that. Because all you're going to do is cause them pain, and it's just going to prolong your healing process. If you've even started it. You might not have even started your healing process. You probably would just rather stay in the present state that you're in, which is not good, which is definitely not a healthy thing. Not just for, a new relationship, but it's not healthy for you. Because you're just going to grow more into this bitter, angry person. You're going to grow into this person who rejects love, who doesn't care to be in a serious relationship, don't even care to be married. You're just hanging on to all of this hurt and all of this trauma, and it's causing you to become the person that you don't want to be. Right? So deal with those internal issues first before you involve yourself in anything. Again, you're not ready. You're not ready. So just don't do it. I know it's easier said than done. I know we don't like to be alone. I know a lot of us, we want love, of course, but we must first learn to love ourselves. We must first know our worth and know our value. We must first realize that first, instead of being so codependent on other people. Like, we need to know that for ourselves. And the only way we're going to do that is taking the necessary time that we need by ourselves. So that's the episode for today. That's the topic for today. I hope it helps. I hope it opens your eyes a little bit. And yeah, man, we just gotta, on this healing journey, we just gotta make sure that we're taking the right steps, doing it the proper way to heal. We got to get better, and it starts with us. Anyway, thank y'all once again for the support. Thank y'all for the love. I really appreciate y'all. Again, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page. Make sure you're following me on all social media platforms. Just look my name up, Lorenzo Darden. And hey, hit that follow button, and I'll follow you back. Let's stay connected. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Have a blessed day. Salute. Let that marinate.
Hey, thank you for not believing in me. Yes, Lord. Anybody listening right now, don't never let nobody's opinion of you determine yourself.